Yo, what's up everyone? Kevin here. In this video, I've got some advice for doing one-footed riding. In some areas of the mountain, you have these long, flat areas, and it's really helpful to be able to do some one-foot riding. It can get you across flat parts and just make the whole day easier for us snowboarders compared to skiers who can just walk right through this stuff. I've been cruising along with 1 foot, but on this part of the slope, it's actually getting a bit flat. So I can just come off my board and skate across the area that is flat until I can get the momentum going again. When I'm skating as well, I find it much easier to do with my free foot behind my snowboard. Even if I'm a little bit more on my toes, having my free foot behind my board just allows me to push off that much easier. And your body is more aligned with your snowboard as well, I think making it a bit easier. So there's actually a few different ways where you can ride with 1 foot. The traditional way is to have your boot against your back binding. Kind of gives you some stability, and with your boot pressed against the back, you can kind of rock from your heels to your toes back and forth. So keeping your control, it kind of locks you in a little bit and gives you that control so that you can go from edge to edge. The other way you can ride with 1 foot is to actually put your free foot closer to the front foot. With my free foot close to the front, I find I can steer my snowboard a lot easier. So it just gives me that freedom to steer. Because there's no weight over the tail, your board can steer really easily. The other part of doing 1 foot riding is moving your free foot either a little bit towards your heels for heel turns, or a little bit to your toes for toe turns. So I'll show you guys on my board here. One style of riding is you can push your foot right to the back. Kind of gives you that stability with your free foot against your binding, and then you can rock from heels to toes. Or you can ride with your free foot close to the front, and that really allows the tail of your board to swivel around, so making it easier for steering. And then as you're turning, if you're on a toe turn, have your free foot a bit closer to your toes so that when you get onto that toe edge, it's just a bit easier to engage. And then moving your foot towards your heel edge for when you need to do those heel turns. And then if you need to come to a stop, putting half of your boot on your snowboard and half of it in the snow and just dragging it into the snow to bring your board to a stop. So if you do come to a run while you're 1 footing and it's a little bit steep, there's a few things you can do to actually make some turns. And obviously you want to start on something that's a bit more mellow, but for doing 1 footed turns, as the turn comes around, you want to actually move your free foot more over the edge that you're going onto. So when I'm on my toe edge, my free foot is kind of more on my toes to kind of help get that edge in. And then as I let my board go straight, I get my free foot more back over onto my heel edge so that I can activate the heel and slow myself down. So it's always kind of a little bit tricky, and you're always moving that free foot kind of back and forth over whichever edge you're using. The final thing that will make 1 foot riding just so much easier is actually having a stomp pad. For some reason I don't have one, but the top sheet of my snowboard is not that slippery. But you'll find that if you have a really shiny top sheet, the top of your board will be slippery. So putting a stomp pad on there just gives you that more grip for doing 1 foot riding. A quick recap, you can either ride with your foot at the back or in the middle. Also move your free foot on the board, either towards your toes for the toe turn or towards the heels for the heel turn. It's much easier to skate with your foot behind. And yeah, just practice in areas that you're comfortable with. I think the more you do 1 foot riding, it just makes you that much more able to get around the mountain. If you guys have any questions about 1 foot riding, let me know down in the comments. I'll also put links to all my gear in the description. And if you guys haven't yet, subscribe here to Snowboard Pro Camp. Thanks for watching. Have fun out there snowboarding, be safe, and I'll catch you in the next video. All right, let's go. Woo!